Hey, what is going on, you guys? It's Epic here, and after an undesirable launch for Wayfinder, the devs have come out with a statement going over the state of the game after what was basically a 30-hour downtime. Now, I'm going to be going through this announcement with you guys live and reading through this statement, and then afterwards I'm going to give my thoughts on it. But before we get right into that, you should know that I am streaming this game over on Twitch at EpicNNG, so if you want to come and hang out, feel free to do so. With that being said, let's get into the statement. For those of you unaware, yesterday when Wayfinders launched into early access, no one could get in the servers. It was basically unplayable. Well, Digital Extremes and Airship Syndicate have come out with a statement which goes as follows. Update from Airship Syndicate and Digital Extremes. Yesterday sucked, there is no other way to say it. It sucked for people that purchased Founders Packs and couldn't play. It sucked for us to see players unable to get into the game after believing in us and our vision. Early access isn't a crutch, it's a conversation between a studio and the community that's helping build the game alongside the studio. We said from the start that we'd be transparent and open with the community, and that continues now that we have players entrusting us with their money and us failing to deliver. Next, they go on to servers and login. Although we ran into technical tests and betas across multiple regions, we were seeing more players every minute than played in our beta each day. Although we had a queue system ready, that system failed immediately. We quickly implemented numerous fixes to try and stabilize the login experience, and those failed as well. We ended up having to put a cap on the players that were on the server, which was less than ideal and resulted in the maximum player limit reached error last night. Comment from Digital Extremes says, at early access launch, severe server login issues led many players to not being able to connect or play. We know and value your trust and apologize for the shaky beginning. As players ourselves, we know the disappointment many are feeling. We apologize. We know players have high expectations of DE's infrastructure to deliver in moments like this, and in this instance, we as the publisher fell short. We're committed to ensuring long-term stability through the early access period. We are thankful for the enthusiasm and interest of our community, for your continued patience as we close in on a permanent solution. Airship Syndicate continue by saying, we realized that buying something and not being able to actually log in and play is frankly a bad look. One solution we heard often was that we should have offered pre-sales to gauge interest. Unfortunately, first-party stores do not allow pre-sales of early access, and we were unable to meet demand. Currently, the game's queue is functioning. Sitting in a queue isn't actually being in-game and playing, but it's allowing a trickle of players in as we continue to up capacity across all regions, and that has been successful. We'll continue to make optimizations to the queue and servers in the coming days and weeks until all players are in and playing. Now, one of the other issues that Wayfinder has been experiencing, you guys, is that people that have been spending money on the various different founder packs haven't been receiving benefits. For example, the $150 Heroic Kairos Wayfinder pack, there are people that just have not been getting any of those promised rewards when they go into game, and this is a big problem, and Airship Syndicate has also released a statement on this. They say, we are also aware that a portion of players did not get their Founders Pack items. We are aware of this issue, and although it affects a small portion of players, it's a priority to make sure that our founders get their items. A lot of the missing items are related to the server issues, and unfortunately we can't provide a better update right now until we have more stability. Again, Founders Packs are you entrusting us, and we didn't deliver. Please contact support at playwayfinder.zendesk.com, and at this time we can collect your information as we work towards a solution. Now, moving on, another complaint that players had with Wayfinder on the launch period is that they noticed that the monetization for this game was already way out of whack. There are items in the shop that are worth, I believe, 1150 gold, but the most you can buy before the next jump up in price is just shy of that. They released a statement on this also saying, we also saw conversation around some of our bundle prices being just shy of items in our store. We agreed that it's not player friendly. We're revisiting this pricing so that they are 1000 rune silver and will retroactively grant the difference for anyone that has paid for any of these weapons. The next and final part of the statement is about compensation. They say in the statement here, players lost valuable time waiting to get into the game or taking days off to play. That sucks. We're currently working on our plans for compensating those purchased into early access, whether they got into the game or not. They don't say what they're going to do here, but it does make you wonder how they're going to make it up to those people who feel they've been wronged by the launch of Wayfinder. They finish by saying, yesterday proved that Wayfinder has an audience, but we must take action and meet the demand that the audience deserves. First, that involves us fortifying our underlying platform and technology to deliver our vision for an online world for friends. It's about winning back our players' trust through actions and not words, and it's about getting the game into a playable state for all. So obviously a very, very huge statement here. Now, just to get you guys up to date again if you weren't aware, yesterday Wayfinder went into its early access launch. And well, just to put it frank, the servers weren't happy. They were down all of yesterday, with people only getting in for like the max of maybe 3 hours if they were lucky in terms of game time, and they are still down today. At the time of recording this video, they are still down. And like we also outlined, people that had bought the founder packs to get their various reward bonuses weren't getting those at all. So obviously this isn't a desirable launch at all, and it really sucks to see because the team here is clearly trying to make a game that they can craft around the community they've got and make it better, and they're just not delivering on that right now. And launch is such a crucial time for games to get it right, but they just haven't done that, and it's clear that it's crushing. I've seen a lot of people going on Steam review bombing Wayfinder for this, and I'll just say this outright, it's not even just a Wayfinder thing, just in general. I think review bombing is one of the most foolish and most stupid brain dead ways you can express your discern with the game, because regardless of whether or not what you're saying is true, when you review bomb a game, you're not just punishing the publishers, you're publishing the people that have worked on the game who may not have done anything wrong. And I think that's such a shitty way to go and express your concern over a game. If there are server issues, you are more than welcome to go and leave a bad review of a game, but I think the culture of gamers review bombing games is just such a stupid and immature way to get their point across. This isn't new either. This was very much a thing even when Borderlands 3 was first announced for the Epic Games Store. There was a lot of review bombing for the prior titles, and it's just been around for a long time, and I'm never not going to find it dumb. Regardless of whether or not a game is doing really good or really bad, positive review bombing, negative review bombing, I find it all really dumb. Now, in terms of my experience over the past 24 hours, it's been basically no different to everyone else's. The game is very clearly not in fit state right now for the servers to handle the amount of people coming in, and it sucks. There's no two ways about that. All I'm hoping is that they get this under control soon, because obviously this just isn't a good look for a new game, and I'm sure they don't need me or anyone else to tell them that. That's something they're very well aware of, and it's just one of them things where they're going to have to find a way to bounce back before it is inevitably too late, because people are going to end up losing interest. But what I will say is that when you do get in and are able to play, I think Wayfinder goes pretty damn hard, and this was something that I felt even before the game came out because of the closed beta, but now even more so, I think the game is really, really fun. What worries me the most is obviously the monetization, which we've already talked about. I really do not want this game to go into some predatory monetization realm, and I don't think the devs want that either. But for me, it's more so like I'm scared of what the publishers want in this case. But right now, we really just don't know. It's basically day 2 of launch when you're seeing this video, and we're along for the ride. But either way, I will keep letting you guys know if there is an update. And again, if you want to come and hang out on stream, twitch.tv/EpicNNG. And yeah, thank you guys for watching. Let me know what you think of the statement here by the developers and the publishers. And until next one, take it easy, and I'll see you later.